everybody. Welcome to Cocktails with Queens, Super Queendom episode. And you're going to find out why in just a minute. We are back. I'm so excited to be with my girls. And you know what we do here on Cocktails with Queens. I'm here with my girls, Vivica A. Fox, Selena Johnson, and Lisa Ray, bringing all the glam tonight, looking extra cute. And we're going to dish about all the hot topics and also share some of our queendom during this show. And later on the show, we'll be joined by 3 Black queens who reign supreme in this country. Let's get to it, ladies.
Let's get to it. Hello.
Hey now.
Hey.
Okay.
How did y'all celebrate Halloween? I think I saw some costumes out there. Did y'all have a good Halloween?
Now, let me just tell you how Selena did, because I mean, she went all out. When I tell you, you never think a person looked like somebody until they say, let me show you. You know, she went and took it all the way back to the midnight train of Georgia, bringing up, woo, woo. She did Gladys Knight and the Pips. I mean, in her life, her family. I said, where you find them at? Did you at least pay them $22 a piece so they could get paid to do this? She looked just like that. I was like, bravo for that, Selena.
Oh my God, Selena. I didn't even see that. Holy cow.
Yeah.
That looked great.
Why did you guys?
Oh my God. I mean, y'all got the whole 70, the tie and the ruffle shirt.
Filter.
Oh my God. And the filter. And look at you. You look just like Gladys Knight.
I know, right? She committed.
Oh my gosh. You know, did y'all notice this year that people really went all out with videos and choreography and storylines? I was like, wow, okay.
Yeah. And what did we do?
I was working, so.
Well, we planned this a while ago because I wanted to do this like 2 years ago, but I wanted to do a little performance, but I knew that my little group wasn't going to get the steps. And so I didn't want to find the people. So I just said, let's go and do a picture. And my mother, she loves Gladys Knight. Gladys Knight is her favorite. So I was inspired by my mother. And I'm like, you know what? I got 3 men in this house. So I got some Pips in this house. So we're going to grow. I got some Pips. And so I said, let me go and put the Pips together. And Robin, my stylist, y'all know Robin, she put the whole thing together. She went and found the ruffle shirts and the bow ties and the afros, the sideburns of the people was coming off. It was something else. And Antoine of ADJ Media did the photo. And then I did my own hair and makeup,
Of course you did.
Okay, Pam, it turned out really nice. What'd you say, Claudia? I'm sorry.
I said you absolutely
nailed it.
Yep. Yeah. Channeled it.
Exactly. We're just trying to honor the soul legends. You know what I'm saying? We had to honor the soul legend.
I love it.
Well, I represented the ghouls and the goblins and the slayers and everything. You know what I'm saying? And I did it in the white ray. Say
that fast.
So tongue twister.
Say that 3 times, all of y'all. Okay.
Vivica, did you celebrate?
No, I had the busiest weekend ever, and I'm about to prep to start working on a show tomorrow, and then I gotta go out of the country. So I did it with y'all last week as Miss Black Jessica Rabbit, and there we had it.
Okay, Claudia, who were you? Who were you on TGIF? You were somebody on TGIF, girl. Your mustache was falling off and carrying on.
So the plan was we were supposed to pay homage to talk show hosts throughout the year.
Oh,
so you know me, I always go with something silly, right? So I was like, I'm gonna be Geraldo Rivera.
Oh.
So I ordered a wig. I ordered 3 wigs and 2 mustaches in case it didn't go it looked different online. So when the mustache came, it was like a walrus. So I had to blow dry it and try to turn it up and put gel in it, but it lost its adhesiveness. So I tried to tape it on my face. It kept falling off. So during the break, I ripped that off and I put lipstick on. I go, okay, now I'm Sally Jesse Raphael. And I was a hot ass mess. It was one of my worst costumes ever. And I used to take great pride in Halloween. This year, I just really wasn't into it. I had a rough Friday and Saturday with some stuff going on. I had migraine headaches all weekend long. So I'm sad I didn't really go all in like usual, but next year we're gonna do it real big. Maybe we'll have a Cocktails of Queens Halloween bash. Who knows?
Right, just like we're going to Aruba, right?
Well, we gotta stay positive, Lisa Ray.
I say just like we're going to Aruba.
Okay, we're gonna do that.
Mm-hmm. We just don't know when.
We're gonna go. Let's say everybody drink it real quick before we get into these hot topics.
Oh, well, you already know your girl V is with her usual Pinot Noir in a Baccarat glass.
And I'm with my usual. I got the tea.
And I'm giving Malbec tonight. A nice red Malbec.
And I got
my. You're gonna give it all back. I was gonna say, okay, you know.
I got my ghetto ass Tito's with Simply Lemonade. All right, let's get.
Wait a minute, wait, Claudia. What ghetto drink you got tonight?
Tito's and Simply Lemonade.
Girl, because that looked like some Hypnotic from back in the day.
I'll
tell you.
Which would also be
but your ass know what Hypnotic look like, though, don't you, Viv? You like, that's what that look like.
Okay.
Also, since we all keep it really a buck on this show, I'm gonna take a COVID test during the show.
Oh,
rapid test. It's because I'm gonna take it. Trey,
we keep
it all the way in the back of the throat. You want to gag? You want to choke?
Mr. Ray wants it all the way in the back of the throat. I would like it lightly inserted. I don't need you to hit the bottom. But okay, while he gets that ready,
well, you ain't been there, huh?
I mean, I did that Friday. But anyway,
ladies, are we still talking about COVID tests?
Okay.
Oh, they're the top. The producers like topics. Get to work. Okay, here we go. All right, ladies. Your favorite celebrities went full throttle when it came to transforming themselves into their, other celebs for a Halloween look. Let's take a look. We have Sierra as the late music icon Selena. She looks like her.
Yeah, she did a whole performance thing too, didn't she?
Yeah.
She did great.
Niecy Nash and her wife as Nelly and Kelly Rowland.
Nailed it. Absolutely nailed it.
That was good.
She happy. You could see she happy. You know.
We have the picture of Niecy Nash and her wife Kelly Rowland. Oh no, we don't have that. Okay, Kerry Washington dressed as a character from Squid Game.
You know what? Can I tell you something? I've been trying to figure out what everybody that was walking around with them tracksuits on. I guess I haven't gotten to the Squid Game thing. I was like, what's up with the tracksuit? Am I missing something? Yeah. That's what that's from. Yeah.
Because that's just a run to the store right there.
Okay.
Anderson .Paak as Stevie Wonder.
Dope.
Oh, wow.
Only thing, the braids should have been a little further back.
Stop it. Stop it. He's still holding on. Stop it. Stop it.
Janelle Monáe as the Grinch.
She went all out. She did her thing.
Wait, who was that? Who was that?
Janelle Monáe.
Oh, yes.
And Rihanna as Gunna.
Rihanna snapped on that too.
She nailed it.
Yes, she did.
All right.
Like I said, I loved how everyone really embraced Halloween. Do you think it's because we missed a year with COVID?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, we were doing it before COVID. Remember Beyonce did Toni Braxton?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, so she did Toni Braxton and Little Kim one year, didn't she?
Yep. So we were doing it. I think social media has allowed us to be able to be super creative with Halloween, because Halloween used to just be go outside and, get a bag and go get some candy. You know what I'm saying? Now the people is just being whole other people. We just being whole.
Some of them
is doing that too.
Yeah. I want to give a really big shout out to Regina Carter because she did Little Kim.
Baby.
She snapped.
Yeah, baby.
That was it.
Yes. Well, speaking of things that are not it, costumes didn't all the way get it right. A California community is really upset after a photo of a Pittsburgh high school student wearing a Ku Klux Klan costume went viral on social media. The student said he wore the costume to school as a dare and that he wore the costume through his first 4 periods without being questioned. So nobody tripped before 4 periods. His principal said this was likely because the student didn't wear the costume during his classes. How does this continue to happen? Every Halloween, white folks risk it all trying to be funny, thinking it's cute. Wait, it was a white person, right? I think it was. Why?
He looked white.
Why do they do this? Why do they keep trying us?
Didn't they learn when Ted Danson did the blackface?
No.
If that would have been a cancel culture back then, he'd have been out of here because he almost was.
Yeah.
You don't play like that. You don't need to play like that. That's pain for us.
And I also think in today's climate, with everything being so, Black Lives Matter, everything that's going on with racism, this and that, that was a bad choice. That was an absolutely bad and insensitive choice.
Does anybody else feel like Black people are constantly, I'm sorry, Selena, constantly being dared to try it? And then when we react, we also get penalized. Selena, what do you think about all this?
2 things. One, I hope that not just the African-American community is outraged.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to see every community that the KKK does not promote be outraged, because in wearing that costume, it's offensive to the LGBTQ community. It's offensive to the Jewish community. It's offensive to Mexicans, anybody that's of color. If you go back into what the KKK represents, they don't like nobody unless you're pure, which is a fool, pure blood white. And number two, I'm concerned about the parenting. This is an issue where how did he leave the house looking like that? I think the parents should be sent to, I think DCFS should be involved. That's child abuse. Why would you even let your child go to school as a KKK member?
Maybe he said he was a costume.
Insert what I'm trying to say. Insult to injury. The kids that protested got suspended.
Yeah, that's
really.
Yes.
That's off the chain. That's off the chain.
Let's take a look at that.
Bad parenting right there. That's child abuse, and they should call DCFS on those parents. And furthermore, this is a new generation. Because had that been 1990 at Thornridge High School in Dalton, Illinois, he wouldn't have got beat up outside before he even got into the school.
Say that.
Black kids would have whooped him up.
You know, they would have chose violence. Okay,
they would have chose violence that day.
I don't know, but this generation is like extra sensitive and extra tolerant. Like tolerant, but then not. Like
how?
Okay, we would have whooped that trick as well, and you would have been going home saying, "But I was a ghost. I was a ghost. I wasn't even a Klansman. I was a ghost." Trey, can I get my COVID test real quick? Okay, we're gonna get this COVID thing going. Before we go to break, one more story. Ayanna Van Zant revealed that she was ready to leave her award-winning show, Ayanna Fix My Life, not only to focus on other ventures, but due to work-related stress. During her appearance on the Tamron Hall show, Van Zant said, "I was getting death threats because they didn't like something I said about it. And I'm like, I want to be free of this. I don't want this. I got death threats around certain shows, around certain issues, around things that I said. People would come to my home, because with the internet, they can find you anywhere." I heard that. She also said she received calls to her cell phone from people who wanted her advice. Can you believe Ayanna had to deal with all this on a show that is positioned to help people? People would behave like this?
Yeah.
Well,
Keyword show. Unfortunately, her gift is, in my opinion, it can be watered down in a setting like that. That gift that she has is massive, and it really should be contained and secular. I think by putting it on TV, just like anything else that gets on TV, people lose the validity of how powerful it really is.
And it can be watered up as well, because, sometimes when the camera is on, you get people that want to act up.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then you have to get them together, because you have to remind them, hey, just because the cameras came on, I'm still here. I'm still
right.
me.
And you still need help.
You still came here to ask me for help and advice.
Right.
You know what I mean? A lot of times that she would have conversations with them before, and they would be okay with it. And then they get in front of everybody, and she had to hold it back and say, "Well, I thought you said that you were okay with this. I thought we had agreed to do this." And then blow up, you know what I mean? So I believe that the death threats were real, and that, that she's not above getting that, because she's right. People can find you, and you don't want to, walk around in the world in more fear than what we have to already.
Right.
Exactly. And the fact that people can't separate what she does from, the person. Vivek, I want to ask you, actually both of you, Vivek, I want to start with you. Have you ever had a fan who didn't understand, that you're a character on screen? It's separate from the real you? Because
yes.
Okay, right.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. When I betrayed Cookie on Empire, girl, they was mad at me. But we knew that they were going to be up in arms. They were like, "How dare you? I hate that, Candace. I cannot believe you betrayed Cookie." I was like, "Well, honey, I did my job."
And got your check.
Yeah, but
and we always think you
part of it. I mean, sometimes when you play, the BITCH in a role that people believe it when they see you, it's like, "I hate you. I can't believe you." Like, "Baby, I was acting. Now take 2 steps back, because I really can turn into one. So this that was acting."
Well, you always Frankie in my heart.
Girl, but wait a minute. And then, don't let me have to clap back. Everybody's like, "Now, why they forget she Frankie?"
I like Kill Bill, baby, when you said,
"Listen."
I said, "Wait a minute."
People, leave everybody alone, man. You know what? You don't want these. You don't want these queen hands. You don't want these.
Okay, because they will come at you.
Well, let me.
Don't
Look,
let the
I'm gonna
school
keep my
test
comment
you.
to myself. Look.
You know what? I got to transition now. We talk about
Yes.
body and hands, but we're going to take a quick break. But up next is our queendom, the
Yeah.
part of the show where we talk about our personal lives and obstacles. And we're going to have some amazing queens joining us. And we're going to be all about positivity. So we're going to put the hand talk on hold to the
Give us
third
this
segment. We'll be right back with more Cocktails with
Oh.
Queens. Break. Welcome back to Cocktails with Queens. No, I got to say about my queens, we have each other's back. So I know y'all probably in the comments talking about my tragic lashes. You know, I can't see, I'm not blind. And Vivica was like, baby, I don't want to embarrass you during the show, but your lash is hanging by a thread.
Okay.
And it's still probably hanging by a thread, but at least.
No, it's back on now, Claudia. You're doing
My
good.
God.
Yeah,
Nobody
you
see your
good. You
eyelashes,
good.
biblical. See, you gonna tell the world.
I need a listen. Can y'all DM me the best LASIK eye surgery place in Dallas? Because I can't see it.
In Dallas. Okay, because I was like, Claudia, I already told you the one in LA.
Yeah, I need
Just
one
go
out
to
here.
LA and get it done. So
That
you
part.
can have the right
Because it was a godsend for me.
But I don't think she's gonna be a candidate for it.
Oh yeah.
Why do you say that?
It just sounds right to say.
Okay.
Right.
what you say, she too blind.
She's so right. All right, anyways, let's get into this. Tonight, we are celebrating true Black girl magic with 3 reigning USA queens. Before we bring them out, let's take a look at them talking about the importance of their platforms.
Platform Bridging the Gap. I implement mentorship, career readiness, and community building programs to help create the next generation of women leaders.
My platform is Be Well, empowering African American women to overcome mental illness by focusing on holistic health. This is so important for African American women. We face a unique set of health challenges brought on by stress. It's time for us to be well by taking control of our body, mind, and soul.
Through the Wilmington Urban STEM Initiative, I encourage and empower young inner city girls of color like myself to embrace science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, or STEM. And with only 29% of the STEM workforce being female and an even lesser percentage being minority women, this encouragement is so incredibly vital.
Please welcome current queens for 2021, Miss Black USA, Maja Gary, Miss Black USA, Jamila Toussaint, and Miss Black USA Talented Teen, Jacqueline Means to Cocktails.
Yes. Whee!
Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous queens. Welcome to the show. So listen, I have a question for each one of you that we want you to, give us a little bit more insight into why you chose your platforms. Starting with you, Maja, why did you choose your platform?
Yes. We need more women leaders. We need more women in positions of power, positions that impact and influence decisions that impact us. Globally, only 24% of women hold leadership positions. We need more leaders. And so my platform, Bridging the Gap, is all about advocating for more women leaders through mentorship, career readiness, community building programs to create those spaces for Black women, for those mentorship opportunities and things of that sort.
I love that. Next up, Jamila, why did you choose your platform?
Yes. So actually, this is something that has affected me personally and many people that I know. I experienced anxiety during law school that was unbelievable. And so I used holistic health tools. I used the book Sacred Woman to learn about my femininity and how I could relax within my femininity, how I didn't have to always be on edge. I used meditation, yoga, healthy eating to heal myself. And I want to spread that message to all young women that you can heal yourself through holistic health.
I love that. And our youngest one, Jacqueline, that smile is just gorgeous. I love it. I love it. Why did you choose your platform, sweetheart?
Absolutely. So my platform is all about encouraging young inner city girls, especially girls of color like myself, to embrace science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, or STEM. And the reason for that is when I was younger, I've always been a nerd. I mean, from the time I was like 5 years old, I've just always loved science and experiments. And my mom would always get mad at me because I would go in the kitchen and make my little concoctions and blow stuff up, but I loved it. And I was grateful that I had someone in my life who encouraged me to go and pursue this interest of mine. fun. Even when I would go to school and tell my friends about my, capades at home about making my experiments, they would look at me like I had 6 eyes. And I was like, no, you guys are the crazy ones. Science is cool. You should get into it. It's fun. And as I got older, I just realized that it wasn't rare to see that. It was actually quite common to see, especially girls, kind of take an immediate disinterest in what I was interested in. And I said, you know what, I'm going to flip that. I'm going to let these girls know that they deserve to go into STEM fields, that they belong in STEM fields, and that really STEM is where the money's at. So if you like to get your nails done and your hair done, you better go into STEM. So that was really the reasoning behind it.
Can I just compliment you? Your picture that was up, you looked like a little Disney princess. Look how beautiful.
Thank you.
She just looks like there's like stardust, like just all around her, just Tracee queen.
Giving me chills because I'm over here like feeling like a real mommy, like real proud of all of you ladies, because you queen. When I tell you, you sound so intelligent and so earthy and so needed. Like bravo.
Thank you so much. My mom always says, when one of us win, we all win. So I've heard that. I'm sure Jamila and Maja have heard it a lot as well. When you see one Black person win, it's like, yes, like you feel that in your heart. It's like, you know what? I'm so proud of you. I don't even really know you that well, but I'm proud of you because you're a representative of my community. So I feel that 100%.
I am so I get emotional with these kind of things too. I started in the pageant world and I love seeing Black beauty queens. I love it because there was a time when they were not trying to let us wear that crown
at all.
All of them, all the crowns have been won by Black women. Okay, all of them. So let's move on. Misha, Jamila, and Jacqueline. Since we have you here, it's only fitting that you join us for our Queendom topic.
Come on, Queendom.
We have a rap. Okay, now tonight's topic will focus on the importance of creating space for women of color. Michelle Obama once said, so many of us have gotten ourselves at the table, but we're still too grateful to be at the table to really shake it up. We're happy to be there, so we don't shake it up. It'd be nice to have a collective of Black women who are opening up spaces for each other or making strategic moves to raise the visibility of Black women within the industry, and not just who's on the cover of the magazine, but behind the scene as well, like bringing each other up. She continued with, whether you're a CEO, engineer, scientist, chef, or teacher, you have the power to support and create spaces for women of color. Now let's start with our reigning queens. Do you agree with Michelle Obama's statement?
Absolutely. I mean, 100%. I don't think I've heard something more true. It's all about women, especially Black women, when they move up that ladder, not forgetting that they need to reach that hand back down, extend it back down to other women and pull them up that ladder as well. So I agree 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, and I would have to echo that. I think, going back to women in power positions, right? Like Jacqueline said, is reaching back. And pulling those young women up, right? And representation matters. So when those young Black women, young Black girls, see those Black women leaders, the Michelle Obamas, the Claudia Jordans, the Lisa Rays, the Vivica Foxes, the Salida Johnsons, when the Black girls see these women in positions of power and roles that, they aspire to be in, and careers that, they envision themselves in, representation matters. That's where the inspiration is. That's where the encouragement is. That's where the motivation is. And so when they see, women like you and I, fulfilling our dreams, chasing our dreams, being the first and second, African-American women to accomplish these things, they're thinking, I can do it too. If they can do it, I can do it. Right. So. Yeah.
Exactly. And Selena, I want to get your thoughts on this. I know sisterhood is really important to you as well. So what are your thoughts on the conversation?
First of all, I have to echo Lisa Ray because I just adore these ladies and how articulate they are and how smart and woke they are. Yes. But I also, I love Michelle Obama. She is the GOAT. Okay, in terms of first ladies, she the GOAT. But I just think that right now, Black women are already creating lanes for themselves by being entrepreneurs. I think that entrepreneurship is the key to creating lanes. If they will not give it to you, sometimes you can't change the pace of what America does. Sometimes you have to create your own table and then put the people and then invite who you want to come to dinner to dinner and break bread with them, you know. So I think we should encourage African-American women to create their own businesses more, because ultimately that's how you're going to be able to open up the doors for whomever you want. And that way, you know, we can, and that's how you can reach, not down, not up, not sad, or down, up, sad, or whatever, reach in and get other Black women to join in with you. But we have to be conscious of doing that as Black women and not be in a competitive mindset. We have to stop this competitive mindset and understand that there's enough out here for everyone. Mary J. Blige said it. She said there's enough out here for everyone. So that's what I think. I think that we just have to assume the position as entrepreneurs and create our own lanes.
Speaking of bringing others in, I want to bring Jamila in as well. And I want to get your thoughts on sisterhood. And might I add, I don't know the last time I saw a panel with 4 Black women and 3 additional queens added to the mix, looking also fabulous and so accomplished and fantastic, and everybody be showing so much love. So this is historic right here for me. So Jamila, what are your thoughts on this?
Yes, so I totally agree with Selena. I actually own a small business called Goddess Waist Beats. And when I was branding and promoting my business, I had to think about whether I was going to brand it specifically for Black women. And it's something that I think we kind of shy away from, as if Black people don't support Black businesses, when actually we do. And I think that we should encourage, supporting Black businesses, Black ownership, Black entrepreneurship. And then I'll tell another little story. When I started doing yoga, I was the only Black woman in my yoga studio. And so I found a Black woman that was teaching yoga, and she was actually teaching hip hop yoga. And so just making those spaces for us and making it so much more accessible for us, where we can feel comfortable, we can hear our music, it's just amazing. So I totally agree with Michelle Obama.
Let me just chime in on that really quickly. I love that you said that. But let me just give you a little bit of encouragement, or anybody a little bit of encouragement, in terms of creating your business to be geared towards Black women. Did you know that we are the highest consumer in America?
That's right.
We are the ones. So let's be very clear. If you gear your product towards Black women, understand that just Black people aren't the only ones gearing their products towards Black women. White people are gearing their products towards Black women, all races, because they know we're the number one consumer. So it's the smart thing to do. It isn't even about race anymore. We running things, boo-boo, behind the cash register and in front of it.
Okay.
And I love that we're getting away from the idea that thinking that something that is Black is less than, because that is complete BS. Do not look down a Black business, a Black accountant, a Black lawyer, a Black queen, a Black actress, a Black business delivery service, anything like that. Those days are done, one and over with. Let's knock it off, because you see how everybody tries to copy our style. So how can we be less than?
Ladies, we're the mastermind behind Wall Street. Get in.
Right. I want to thank our ladies for being here. I know it took a while, and I'm so proud of you all. The way you wear your crown, you are inspiring the next queen, the next scientist, the next business owner, the next wellness expert to follow in your footsteps. And you're so important, and we are so you.
You just inspired me to go get my crown. Let me see. Okay.
Yes, I love it. Yes, and the wave too. Okay.
Wave. You can be my first lady wave, but we have a point now.
I want to thank Jamila Toussaint, Maija Gary, and Jacqueline Means.
Beautiful.
You represent us well. You represent us so beautifully. So thank you so much. I want to make sure everybody follows all these ladies on social media, support their platforms and upcoming projects. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more Cocktails with Queens after the break. Thanks, ladies.
Bravo.
You're so proud of us, Claudia.
Welcome back to Cocktails.
Famous.
So we're just all gushing over the queens that we just had. They're so beautiful, adorable, intelligent, represent Black women so well. So we've just been gushing about them the entire time.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Speaking of queens, Tracee Ellis Ross has always used her platform to be unapologetically herself and to help other women do it too. Now she is shattering expectations about a phase that's often ignored altogether. perimenopause. In a recent interview with Harper's Bazaar, Ross said, "I'm going through perimenopause." Oh, I can't even say it. I'm getting tripped up. I think I'm going through it myself. Am I going through it?
Premenopause.
Am I going through it?
It's all right, Claudia.
Do I have it? Is this what I know? It makes you cloudy, right? I think I got it. Anyway, she said it's really. Oh yeah, she said it's frying my brain. Oh my God, I have it. She also revealed there's no information about it. There's shame talking about it. Girl, I feel you. Now, for those who don't know, this condition is the first stage of menopause, which typically occurs when the ovaries begin to slow down. Estrogen production comes to a halt. It can also cause hot flashes, difficulty sleeping, vaginal dryness, and irregular periods, among other symptoms. What are your thoughts on Tracee Ellis Ross opening up about her struggle with this?
So I absolutely agree with her. I don't know what it is that for, there's all kind of things that with men or things aren't working with them, that they got commercials, medicine, everything. And it's like, only thing that women that we're told is, oh my God, you're going through the change. Okay, what exactly is the change? Because the change happens for like 10 damn years. Okay, let me just keep it real. No, it does. And because I didn't have people, I'm on it toward the end of it. Okay, mine started happening to me young. So, everybody's like, well, how long does it last? Damn, we need to talk about it with each other. The thing that helped me recently to get past it was I went to a hormonal, a lady, that Dr. Gail Jackson, and she drew my blood, which, we don't like to do. Oh, don't be taking my blood. Don't do this, that, and the third. But you got to find out your levels, ladies. You have to find out your levels to know where you're at in your cycle of life, whether it's the end of the reproductive cycle, the perimenopause, menopause. It's okay for us to talk about it so that you can understand what is going on with my body. Why can't I sleep? Why is my coochie feeling dry? Why am I not wanting to give none to my man? No, real talk. This is real talk. It is. And it's crazy because we don't talk about it. And it's find out your levels, ladies. Trust me, you will get a whole new glow going on.
I went and got my levels. I
was gonna say, on top of that, know your options too, because it's so many things that other doctors don't do that homeopathic doctors will do. And there's so many other choices besides the cream or besides the pill. You can have the pellet. You can go natural with just food. It's so many different ways that if you don't talk about it, and you get embarrassed about it because you having a hot flash and you just want people thinking that you hot and you ain't going through the flash. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, I am going through the flash. Bring me a fan. You know what I mean?
Maybe a bucket ice.
Right. And it doesn't affect people the same, because for me, I started getting foggy and it was like, oh, damn, because if I can't remember my lines, I'm done. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it made me nervous and I had anxiety on top of that. And I even asked Viv when I started, I was like, so tell me, what's going on? She's like, girl, don't you see me breaking out into one right now? Hold on,
And the funny thing is, it feels like you're going through it by yourself. And
yes,
girls, we're all in our mid to late 40s, and we start talking about it. And I realized, like, what I was going through, it wasn't like a thing, because I was worried, like, why am I losing desire, or why do I feel like I feel weak and like meek, like I didn't want to stand up for myself anymore, and all these things were happening. And why am I working out for months and nothing's happening? Yep. I went and got tested, and they said my testosterone levels, ladies have testosterone too, was one of the lowest they've ever seen. They're like, no wonder why you're exhausted, you're not able to lose weight, and these issues affect you. So like Lisa Ray said, there's a pellet you can have. They make a little incision, put in your butt, on the side. There's there's hormone replacement. You can get your levels up. Now you might grow a mustache, but your coochie will be wet. And you will have aggression. You want to work out for like 2 hours. I will promise you that. So you got to get laser on the lip, and you'll be on a
but baby, you will be ready to go. Okay? You'll be ready to go. Okay? Everybody's been like, well, what's going on with you? I was like, girl, I done got the boo back. Okay?
I'm fixed.
Yes, no, but for me, I had a wonderful friend that told me, how we girls, we sit around, we talk about things, and she wasn't afraid to say, listen, this is the doctor. Go get your levels checked, Vivica, so that you can figure what's going on with your body, so that wisdom is key, darlings. Remember that.
Selena, you're the youngest one here. What do you think about this? Have you experienced the fogginess, the lack of stuff happening down low?
Well, not the fogginess, but definitely hot flashes And for a while, like I was up and down, like in my mood, and I'd be like, man, it's not even menstrual time. Like I'm just having a time. And so, and then I was having real bad migraines during menstrual, around menstrual, just started getting ridiculous. So I did go and got all my blood work done and got my levels checked. It came back that everything was normal, that I wasn't anywhere near menopausal, but it does start early in my family.
Wow.
So it could be something, because she said that you can't really tell what part of, she said sometimes you can't tell whether or not someone is nearing towards it. She said, but they can tell when you're in it. And then once you get in it, they can tell at what part you in. So like they can tell if you're in the beginning, the middle, or the end.
Yes.
And so I'm for me, one again with yoga. So my yoga instructor, y'all, let me tell you, this what made me be like, all hail to the no on menopause. I'm sitting here talking to her. Now, most of my students are in their 40s and 50s and 60s, a lot of older women. And they would tell me that the hot yoga helped with the symptoms and with their process and helped them get through it. But my yoga teacher, she's in her 60s, and it warded hers off until she got to about 60, right? When I tell you she was talking to me one day, just having a conversation, just talking. We were talking about something that wasn't got nothing to do with nothing. She was like, hold on. Her entire body went into a sweat.
Yes.
She had to go home and change her entire outfit. She said, Selena, because she's Russian, Selena, I have to change at least twice a day because of this. Twice a day. Her entire outfit. I said, oh, hell to the no.
Like, surely that's not what I got to look forward to.
One time I was at my girl Aisha's house in LA. She got this beautiful bed and she let me spend the night there. And I went to sleep and I woke up at like 4 a.m. I said, oh, I think I peed the bed. Like, I think I had the dream. And anyways, come to find out, I had sweated so much.
Yep.
Soaking wet. But I was so happy that I did not pee in my friend's bed.
Girl.
So the moral of the story, ladies, is get your levels checked. It's not only you. And I'm glad that you ladies, as fabulous and famous and beautiful and known as y'all are, we're open to talking about this, because I think this is something that people suffer in silence and think it's just me, and my sex level low, and I can't lose the weight or whatever. And goddamn, I miss my abs. We gotta be more kind to women who are going through it. Yes. And furthermore, not just in perimenopausal or menopausal, but during menstrual as well. It's a real thing that women go through. We're actually going through this, men. We didn't make this shit up. This didn't come out the sky just to get on your nerve. We actually are going through these actual changes. So you should just be mindful of that. If you have a family member that's dealing with that, and just try to be kind. Exactly. All right. Speaking of being kind, people are saying on the internet are not being kind. They're saying that actor Tracee Ellis from HBO's Insecure is insecure about revealing his relationship with his white wife. You know what? Let's take a pause, because I think this story needs a little bit of attention. We're going to take a quick break, but we're going to come back and talk about Tracee Ellis and how he feels, or how he may feel about people knowing he's married to a white woman. We'll be right back with more Cocktails with Queens after this. Welcome back to Cocktails with Queens. Okay, y'all, I got my COVID test back. Trey, what is my results? Negative. Yay! Oh my God.
Yes, of course it is.
Because I've been having them headaches. And now that Selena mentioned the headaches because of being premenopausal, maybe it's just that. I don't know. It's something.
You need to go get your levels checked again.
Hey,
maybe you're tired.
I don't want another mustache, and I don't want. Anyways,
you know what?
Right. Before we went to break, we talked about Tracee Ellis of HBO's Insecure, and the folks are saying that he's insecure about revealing he's actually married to a white woman. Now, social media users took a look at Ellis's page and noticed there weren't any photos of his wife or their daughter.
She's beautiful.
Yes.
Black Twitter seems to believe that he was advised not to post his white wife for the sake of his career. Now, I remember people really coming from Power. Oh my God.
My guy,
Omari Hardrick.
Oh my God, that's menopause.
She's mixed, isn't she? Omari Hardrick's wife?
And they've been together like forever.
Yeah. I remember people really came for him about that. So what are your thoughts on this story with Tracee Ellis? And what do you think about, Black men that are married to white women that are, they have a huge Black fan base? That must be a lot of pressure and difficult. What do y'all think about this?
I absolutely agree with you that there is huge pressure. Like brothers, they could marry, a white woman or whatever it is, but or for a sister, when you date outside of your nationality in general, and you're on a hugely popular Black show. This is what I say about this. We all can't choose who each other decides to love based on color or sexuality. It is not others' choice. It is your choice. Whoever makes you feel good, loves you and respects you and makes you feel good, that is your choice and your decision.
I agree with Vivica 100%. And I'd also like to just add, Black people, I love us. I do. I swear to God. But we have to stop thinking that everything is a conspiracy. Just because he has a white wife doesn't mean that he's any less Black. He can still play a Black man in a Black sitcom or a Black series. Because he is Black, and it is still his history. It is still his genealogy, his all of that is still going to be in alignment. The African American history is still going to be in alignment with who he is as a Black man. It doesn't change him. It actually gives him an opportunity to teach his wife about his culture. And you know what? Like Vivica said, you cannot help who you love. The mere fact that he's protecting her shows that he's in love with her and loves her and doesn't want her to be harmed by the mean critics on this social media that's probably sitting at home with worse shit going on. This man is in love with his woman. He married her, and don't hate on him because he's in love. Don't be hating on him because he's happy. I don't think it has anything to do with him being a Black man or being more or less Black.
Right.
Lisa Ray, what do you think?
I think they covered it.
Okay. I'm going to say this. As someone that has a white mama, I have been told that I'm not Black enough. I can't sit with y'all. I'm not a Black person. I have to put myself in a different category. It's one of the most painful, hurtful things you could tell a woman who is so pro-Black and has so much love for her people. Here's my thing with people that marry outside their race. As long as you're not marrying outside your race because you think that's better or you have issues with your own Blackness, then there's no problem with it. Now, if you're someone that wants to erase your own Blackness, that's a whole nother discussion. But if you fall in love with someone that's white, whatever nationality or race, and you just love that person, but you don't sell out or shat on your people, then there's no problem. I only have a problem with someone that thinks that they have a prize if they married outside their race, as opposed to a Black woman who thinks they have something better than. That's the only time there should be an issue. But Jay Ellis has never done anything to make us believe that he has any kind of issues with his Blackness. So I think it's a non-issue. Now, there are plenty of people here that we do know of in the business or out in society that, they think, I got my white trophy wife. And this makes me better than, because I know
that politician from that Republican guy.
What's his name from Tim Scott, I believe. Is that the one?
What's that one? And he just was, he makes me sick. He just looked like a Uncle Tom. He made me mad. Every time
this Uncle Tom is an Uncle Tom.
My thing is there's a difference, and who's sincere in their relationship with their partner and who's doing it as a look for an appearance thing. And there's some of us that are guilty of doing that.
But the gag is even if you're doing it to be spiteful or you feel like you getting something better than your own race, you still you still Black.
That part.
You still gonna get pulled over. Mm-hmm. You still gonna get racially profiled. You still gonna get all the privileges that you don't have. You still gonna have to be in a predicament where you are Black. I mean, just because you marry white doesn't make you white. It actually makes you even Blacker, because now you're standing next to someone who highlights the fact that you don't look like them. So if that is your intention and you feel like, because it just really says you have low self-esteem, if you really do have low self-esteem and you marry anyone outside your race, whether it be Asian or Arabic or whatever the nationality may be, because you don't love yourself, it's not going to make you better or your culture better. It's not. And it actually is going to put your kids in a situation where they now have to be possibly bullied for being mulattoes, because then now that is an issue, like Claudia just talked about. So it really it doesn't make you any less Black.
Can y'all just stop with the bullshit and stop trying to kick people out of the Black community because you don't think that they're foundational Black American? They're not all Black. They have an immigrant. Where should I go? The land of mulatto land? I don't consider myself a mulatto. I consider myself a Black woman, and you should be happy to have an ally like me because I go hard for mine.
So you're not an ally, sis. You Black.
I'm
when
us.
You get that 1% Black in there, you Black.
Black.
But I have never had an identity issue growing up thinking I was anything but that. There are Black women that have a white parent that do have that issue, but this ain't it. I ain't her. That ain't me. So don't do it. So, it's a case by case study here. So
ain't nobody pure. Show me somebody that's pure something.
That part.
I'll wait.
Not anymore.
Half these people talk all this shit about me. I didn't see not near one of y'all at the Million Man March back in 1995 when I was there as a journalist covering it for the Providence American newspaper. Where were y'all at? Anyway, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back with all of our Black asses when we come back. Oh my God. Welcome back to Cocktails with Queens. I'm looking at some of the comments. I'm gonna go ahead and lead them where they be because some of y'all, they shady, but they pro us though. This is in a good way. All right, y'all, we got to talk about this Brittany Renner. Now, Brittany Renner, she's known to date a younger man or two. Now, she's responding to backlash after being called a predator over her hide your sons comment. Weeks ago, 29-year-old Brittany Renner went to her school's homecoming at Jackson State University and posted a selfie with the caption, hide your sons. She said, hide your sons out of college. Anyways, she immediately received backlash and trolls called her a predator for her posting the caption. In a recent interview, Renner clapped back at the haters and said, the whole predator, S-H-I-T, it was our homecoming and there were 60-year-olds on campus. It's just like, it is what it is. I'm allowed to sleep with someone who's 18 if I wanted to. And that's all I was really defending. Vivek, I'm gonna start with you because you and I have been known to date a younger lad or two in our day.
Oh, you already know, child. Similac be coming at me 100 miles an hour. I'm just gonna keep it real, but I got age limits. You know what I mean? I'm definitely trying to date older. I really am. But to go to a college campus and she has a funny sense of humor, and she loves to do things shock value. I mean, she does. I mean, that's how she gets attention now. But I thought that was a little inappropriate because if they mama came up and snatched your ass, that would be a whole nother story.
Yeah, she's actually taunting people at this point, right? Saying, hide your sons. Selena, you have sons. And what if Brittany Renner came to your son's school and said, hide your sons, I'm here? How would you feel?
She'd just be saying, hide your sons, because my sons wouldn't be interested in her. My sons.
Well, Selena, the flesh is weak.
No.
And she walks around with things going up her ass.
Oh, well, then she would just be that.
Okay.
And that would be all. She wouldn't be wifed under any circumstances. So had your coochie, had your body. Because that's what's really going to happen. You talking about some had your sons, the ones that's the real predators going to be like, hey girl, we over here.
Lisa Ray, no, you're not
going to be interested. Right. I will be schooling them as I already do.
And I think that's the thing. It's like, like you said, Viv, there is an age limit. And so now you got out of college yourself and then you go back to school somebody because they can't school you. So you must want to have one up on them. And I just feel like that has a lot to do with the psyche. You know what I mean? What you feel like, so I don't know what you would want to be doing with a college campus boy. He's not matured in a way. So, but is that what she's saying? I mean, I think that, like you said, I think she has a sense of humor that she just tried to, humor her way, through some shock value shenanigans.
Yes. Shock value shenanigans is it, Lisa Ray.
On one hand, I'm like, okay, you're taunting the people that are your critics, right? Like what people think of you. So you're kind of like just taunting them, hide your sons. Because since you already got why are we dressed alike right there? Hold up now.
Oh my goodness. Watch out. You look better. You wear it better. You wear it better. You wear it better, Claudia.
So here's my thing. That but then again, I feel like if you're always dragged for that one thing that you did and then you're like kind of like F it, like that is her sense of humor. She's kind of like playing into it. She's making a joke out of it. But listen, at 29 years old, I mean, do you want to have that as your kind of like your calling card for the rest of your life? You know what I mean? You're kind of like reinforcing that stereotype. I get your sense of humor, I guess. But
yeah, I think she's laughing at it because if she doesn't laugh at it, then we may keep continually talking about her in a serious way. Right. So she's trying to kind of like taunt at it herself, you know.
You know, I felt to differ, Lisa Ray. I felt to differ. I always see her. I didn't even have the child's last name right. I thought it was something else. Y'all like, no, girl, it's this. Because she's always on the internet doing shock shenanigans. You know, it's like, you know, these people on the internet, it's like, what's going to be my next thing? What's going to be my next thing, shock value that's going to get likes and going to get attention? After a while, it's going to get played out. Like, what else you got?
And well, that's why she keep doing it. That's why I didn't know her. I still don't know her.
But it's scary. You got to be careful who you're inviting into your space.
That part.
Comments. It's a lot of crazy people out here. And when you talk about your son, somebody's son who's 45 years old, he's still somebody's son, gonna knock you upside your head and throw you in the trunk. Then you're gonna be down to the trafficking. We can't keep inviting foolishness and then cry wolf. We got
rewarding foolishness at that, Selena.
That too.
Back to the internet, folks. Stop rewarding the nonsense, and we wouldn't have these stories to report on. I want to thank Lisa Ray, Selena Johnson, Vivica A. Fox, and our 3 reigning Black USA Patrick Queen, Isa Gary, Jamila Toussaint, and Jacqueline Means. Thank you, ladies, for being here and represent us so well. Thank you for watching us. Stay tuned. FOXSOUL's Black Report is up next. We'll see you ladies back here next Monday. Bye, Queen.
Bye, Queen.